All right, here's two more pieces. This came from a bartering deal that I helped create from some Craigslist items. I didn't want everything that the fellow was purchasing. He was selling a lot of items, and I didn't want to buy them all because I don't need them all. So I'd rather them go to guys that are going to need them. So I struck up a deal with another fellow who works in a shop where there's still apprentices. So a lot of the items that he purchased in this lot, he's going to clean up and then try to sell to some of the apprentices, at hopefully a good discount that an apprentice making an apprentice wage can afford. I needed these, wanted, I guess. I wanted these. This is a set of gauge blocks. I don't know what grade they are. This is Dearborn Gauge Company, which is a company local here in Michigan. They're in decent shape. They're not perfect. They're the rectangular style. I don't know if I'll be able to pick that up. I guess you can see, yeah. So these are, this one I cleaned up a little bit, not a lot. I didn't want to get it too shiny. But some of these, let me just grab a random one. This one, yeah, this one here, you can see, it's got a little bit of surface rust. Nothing horrible. The measuring faces are fairly clean. The outside surfaces, I think that'll scrub up. Maybe soak them in Evaporust for an hour or so and clean a lot of that up without damaging the pieces. And there are some other name. This is a Weber or a Weller, I don't know which. Obviously didn't come in the same set. But I got this for creating the deal. The gentleman that actually made the purchase got a great deal on all the stuff that he bought, and in turn handed me these off. The second item is a vertical indicator. And I'll go through and give you a demonstration between this and a regular indicator. Vertical indicators are very handy for tramming holes. This one is an Alina, which is a Swiss made like the InterRapid. It's in pretty decent shape. It has a tendency to stick. See how I'm turning it and the face isn't moving. You got to kind of give it a good squeeze. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe there's just a screw missing or something. But it also, it reads one direction and then you have to flip it for it to read the other direction. But I will give you a demonstration on how these work compared to your standard horizontal indicators, especially for tramming a hole. And this is graduated at half a thou. It's not a 10th indicator. It came in the box, but the attachments are gone. That's probably circa, I don't know, 1960s. Not very I wasn't familiar with that brand until I did a little research on it. I always wanted a vertical one, just because they make seeing your pickup a little bit easier, as you'll see in the demonstration. But these again were gifted to me because of the deal that I bartered with somebody that had an entire lot of tools. I mean, all those tools, if you would have bought them, would cover you pretty much for your career. So he got a good deal on that. All right, this is my InterRapid. Had this forever. Bought this new InterRapid, top of the line, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know what they go for now. Maybe two something. I know I paid over $150 for this, almost 30 years ago. It's never let me down. And this is the one that I just bought. As you can see, this is a horizontal style, or a vertical style, excuse me, whereas this is the horizontal style. And they both have their functions, and I'll demonstrate that now. Okay, well, here's an example. This is the horizontal indicator. This is just a block with a hole in it and an inner indicol holder. I'm just going to show you how, when you use something like this, it's a little bit more difficult. So let me kind of show you. Hopefully I'm not doing too much blocking, but all right, you can see the number, which is irrelevant. All I'm doing is showing you that how this trams. But you know, you can see I'm coming over here. I can still see, but as I go around to the back, I can't see anymore. And on this side, I've got to lean over so I can get 3/4 of the hole and see whether I've picked up for 0 any good or not. So let me set up the other indicator, the vertical one, and I'll show you the difference and why they are a little bit easier to use tramming a hole such as this. And here we're set up with the vertical indicator. Again, the number is not important. It's just to show you that as you spin this, you can see the number and how close you are to being trammed over 0, even with the end mill in the way. So these are, to me, a little bit more pleasant to use than the horizontal style. Again, you know, it's personal preference. I've never bought one of these until now, and even now I just bartered for it, but they are a lot nicer to use in my opinion if you're doing a lot of tramming over 0 on holes and in areas like this. These just make it a lot easier to read for 0. All right, it's just a demonstration.